Try and make a backswing where you keep your belt buckle and shirt buttons pointed at the ball the whole time. I can keep my arms straight physically to about there, and that's it. From there, I'd have to fold my arms, it's very hard to do, up over my shoulder. Ironically, the same thing's true on the way through. No body rotation, bent arms. Now, instead of no body rotation, can't make a full backswing without bending my arms, if I allow my body to turn back fully, I've got that runway to keep my arms straight. So a lot of golfers who I see that are too bent at the top are because the body's out of position, lack of extension, lack of rotation. So as we're doing our drill here with the chest in the club in the chest, I'm feeling that up towards the sky. I'm just making sure my left shoulder is kind of working back towards my right foot. Just making sure I get a full turn with that. Full turn. I'm gonna feel the chest up, full turn, kind of pushing that right arm away, right? Good width with the trail arm combined with good body motions allows us to keep the left arm straight, which allows consistent, solid contact. So chest up with a good turn and feeling the right arm pushing away on the way back. And there's my very solid contact with my Tacoma 101s. All right, guys, our 14-day free trial is back and now live. What that means for you is you get to try coaching with me absolutely risk-free. You got nothing to lose. Send in your swings. I'm gonna personally analyze them for you, identify what the root causes are that are holding you back, the issues, how to fix them, what drills to do, how many reps, all of that completely risk-free. CogornoGolf.com/free trial. It's available only for a limited time. I would love to help you with your game. Go ahead and check that out in the description down below. All right, guys, in today's video, we're talking about the trick to keeping the left arm straight in the golf swing. Now, the trick is to keep the left arm straight. We actually want to focus on the right arm. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm going to give you some feels. I'm going to show you my favorite drill to keep that left arm straight. We're talking about why it's so important. And then we're also going to go over the two main root causes that cause that left arm to fold in the golf swing. So why keeping the lead arm straight is important in the first place. Maybe you know this already if you clicked this video, but in case we aren't sure, the whole purpose of keeping the lead arm straight, like we see with many great golfers, is for solidness of contact, right? So when I take my setup position, my lead arm is going to be fairly straight. And when I return back to impact, I want to be able to keep my lead arm fairly straight for the point of getting down to the golf ball, to make sure the club head hits ball first, ground second. If I were to come through, and you could try this with me, and had my arm bend too much, what happens to that club head? It goes up or goes down? It goes up. Now, if I swung through with my arm bent and the club was too high, how would my contact be? Pretty bad, right? This would be like thins and top shots, bad contact. But what we see in the good players, and we'll show some Tommy Fleetwood here, is they're able to keep the lead arm fairly straight throughout the downswing, through and past impact, to be able to hit the ball very solid. Now, if we want the lead arm to be fairly straight through and past impact, it serves to reason that that would be easier to do if the lead arm was fairly straight on the way back and in early downswing, and that's where we're going to primarily focus. Now, I said before, to keep the lead arm straight, the trick is actually focusing on the right arm or the trail arm, okay? Now, when we take a setup position, let me explain why that is. When we set up, we've got both hands on the club, right? If we have both hands on the club and we make a backswing, that means whatever my right arm does, my left arm will match or follow. So when I make a backswing, if I bend my right arm a lot, what happens to my left arm? It also bends a lot. But what if I straighten my right arm? What happens to my left arm? That also straightens quite a bit, right? And so I've had much more success with my students feeling like we're keeping the right arm wider or straighter on the way back and in early transition to help keep the left arm straighter. Now, I'm going to give you a simple feel to start with, then we'll work in the drills and the root causes. What I really want you to feel during the backswing, take your trail hand here and take it off the club for a second. And I want you to make a backswing where you feel like you're pushing your palm away from the target. Now, when I feel like I'm pushing my palm away from the target, you see what happens to my right arm? It straightens out. Now, I want you to feel this pushing away with the right palm throughout the entire backswing. Start right away during the takeaway, halfway back, all the way to the top and in transition. So I've got a 7-iron here. We're gonna make a little practice swing. I'm gonna feel like my right arm pushes away. I'm trying to keep my left arm straighter by feeling my right arm straighter, right? My right arm feels much straighter than normal. My hands feel farther away from my shoulder. That's the first feel. Now, of course, when I make a backswing, my right arm's actually gonna fold to about a 90-degree angle. But if you're someone coming from it folding too much, like this, it has to feel much straighter or wider just to get to that normal checkpoint. So let's hit a ball with that first. Right arm feeling like it's pushing away. The right arm's wider, hands farther away from the shoulder on the way back and early transition. Let's do that one first. And that feels much wider on the way back and through. Nice solid contact, straight 7-iron there. And that's the point of keeping the left arm straight, is consistent, solid contact. Do some players get away with a slightly bent arm? They do. They get away with it because their trail shoulder goes way lower, okay? But we want to keep the left arm fairly straight. Now, as I'm pushing away with the right arm on the way back, the drill that I like best to do this is a split hand grip. So you take your setup, lead hand only, and go ahead and pop your trail hand on the club. You can put it in different spots. Let's go kind of just below the grip here, okay? Now, when I make my backswing, I'm gonna feel like my right palm pushes away from me, away from the target. In fact, when I'm doing this, guys, I actually kind of like to feel like my right arm's almost dead straight. It starts slightly bent, right, during my setup, and then I work it to pretty straight on the way back. You're gonna feel like you're pushing that right hand or right arm away from you when you make the backswing. Now, in order to do that, there's gotta be some good body motions we'll talk about, but this is a good way to feel that. Split hand grip, push away. Kind of get back to setup where your left hand's even with the golf ball. Push that away. I'm gonna bring that back and I'm gonna hit another shot, and I'm gonna feel the same thing. Right hand, pushing away. Hands are farther from my shoulder on the way back. And there's another really solid, slight overdraw there, but very solid contact. Now, the body motions, like why does the left arm fold in the first place? I see there's two big body motions that cause that I just want you to be aware of, that we might have to put in here with it. The first one is extension or lack of extension. What I mean by that is the first reason, in terms of how your body moves, that would cause the left arm to fold in the first place is lack of extension. When I take a setup, you can do this with me, I want you to put a club kind of right in your sternum, and you notice at setup that points down towards the ground. Now, when I make a backswing, and we'll put Tommy Fleetwood on there, you can see, their chest would point about level to the ground on the way back. What you don't see is this. You don't see them start down towards the ground and then stay down. Notice when I do this, I keep my chest down. Where's my head go from face on? Way off the ball, right? My body's way to the right. You'd never see this. Now, the problem with that is this is staying in forward bend, staying bent over. What actually should happen is your chest should go up a little bit on the way back. So the feel is you're taking your chest from down towards the ground to up towards the sky. Now, is it going to actually go up towards the sky when you swing? No, it's going to go about level to the ground. But the feel is that that's going up towards the sky. My lead shoulder's going down and my chest is going up. Now, why is that important? Try this with me. If you put this in your chest, make a backswing the bad way where it stays down. Now, from that spot, I can only keep my arm straight till about right here. Physically, I run out with my lat. Now, from here to make a full swing, I have to fold my arms over my shoulder. So I see a lot of that. Why the arm folds is because the body's out of position, too much forward bend. Now, instead of me going here, running out of space and having to fold them, if I allow my chest to go up, now all of a sudden, I've got a runway that I can keep my arm straighter for much longer. Chest feeling more up as the shoulder goes down, extension, would be the first piece that we want to feel, along with pushing the right arm away to keep that arm straighter. So I'm feeling the right arm pushing away. My chest feels a little more up towards the sky as my lead shoulder goes down. Push the right hand away, a little bit of chest up towards the sky. Keep that arm much straighter, much longer for solid contact. And I'm doing the extension, guys, to the point where from face on, if I drew a circle around my head, me or Tommy, I'm just doing that to the point where my head stays in the circle. If my head goes to the right of the circle, I did not extend enough. That's bad. If my head goes forward of the circle, I extended too much. That's also bad. Right in the circle, about level to the ground. Now, in addition to the extension, body rotation is also super important, and it works the same way. Try this with me too. Just like I said, if we don't extend on the way back, the arms are going to fold just to make a full backswing. If I don't rotate, the same thing happens. Try and make a backswing where you keep your belt buckle and shirt buttons pointed at the ball the whole time. I can keep my arms straight physically to about there, and that's it. From there, I'd have to fold my arms, it's very hard to do, up over my shoulder. Ironically, the same thing's true on the way through. No body rotation, bent arms. Now, instead of no body rotation, can't make a full backswing without bending my arms, if I allow my body to turn back fully, I've got that runway to keep my arms straight. So a lot of golfers who I see that are too bent at the top are because the body's out of position, lack of extension, lack of rotation. So as we're doing our drill here with the chest in the club in the chest, I'm feeling that up towards the sky. I'm just making sure my left shoulder is kind of working back towards my right foot. Just making sure I get a full turn with that. Full turn. I'm going to feel the chest up, full turn, kind of pushing that right arm away, right? Good width with the trail arm combined with good body motions allows us to keep the left arm straight, which allows consistent, solid contact. So chest up with a good turn and feeling the right arm pushing away on the way back. And there's my very solid contact with my Tacoma 101s. Side note, if you guys haven't checked these out, these Tacoma 101s are very, very, very solid. That link will be down below. But left arm straight, okay? Feel the trail arm push away, that's the trick. Use the split hand grip to be able to do that. Push that away, push that away. It's only gonna be possible with some extension, feel chest up as the shoulders down, and a good amount of rotation. I like 1 or 2 practice swings, hit a ball, check on video, right, ideally. 1 or 2 practice swings, hit a ball, check on video. If you want to make sure this is for you or what you need in your swing, go to cogornogolf.com. Come see me in person if you can. Or if you can't, find a great coach. Identify what your root causes are. If you're not making progress, it's because you're not finding and fixing the real root issues holding you back. But once you do, you can make fast improvements that last a long time. That's what we do at cogornogolf.com. Send us your swings there. Come work with us. Would love to see you there. Any questions always, any stuff like this, leave them down below. If you haven't subscribed already, we'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. Click that like button, share with a friend, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys watching.